Hey everyone, Toby J here, and you're watching Branson Shenanigans. We're at Missouri Ridge Distillery today, and I got my daughter Taylor and her boyfriend Zach. We're gonna go in and see how they make some drinks, eat some food, and what other shenanigans we can get into. We started our day with some barbecue made right here at Missouri Ridge Distillery. We had smoked brisket, some barbecue beans and coleslaw, and I also had the absolute best Bloody Mary I've ever had in my life. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch me eat. This is Gary, our spirit guide for the day.
These are 14 different spirits that we make here. They're all made right here in-house, right back there in that room. So basically the way the tasting works, whatever spirit you want to try, you can try any 3 for free. Just put a mark beside the 3 you'd like to try.
Okay.
Or you can do 10 for $10 plus tax.
Okay.
So you can just go through the list, see what you like, put a mark beside it, and I'll pour it for you. They come in these communion cups like this.
Okay.
Here to be your spirit guide.
All right. Once we made our selections, and of course we chose the 10 for 10 option, Gary went about telling us how they go about making each one.
All right, the peach moonshine, we use real peaches, boil the peaches down with cinnamon sticks, let that steep like a tea, and then infuse it into the moonshine to give it that peach cobbler kind of flavor. This is at 50 proof, 25% alcohol. Goes good over vanilla ice cream.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
What is it? Peach moonshine?
Yeah, peach moonshine. I'm going to circle them as we go, so...
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Yep.
So apple pie is next for you. You also got the apple, so we'll do that next for you.
Sure.
So you go
Apple
lowest
pie.
proof to highest proof when you do tastings?
I'm sorry?
You go from like lowest proof to highest proof?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That way we're working our way up in proof, because once you get to the high proof stuff, it's going to be a little harder to taste.
The next
else.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, apple pie moonshine. This one, boil down the apples. Several different spices go in this, from black peppercorn, pink peppercorn, cloves, allspice berries. Several spices go into that, and again, we steep it like you would a tea, and then infuse that into the moonshine to give it that apple pie flavor.
Smells just like, literally just like apple pie.
Yeah, pretty much everything goes in apple pie went into this.
It doesn't even smell like liquor.
All right, now we're gonna change it up a little bit here. We're gonna do the Amish Fire. It's a cinnamon flavored corn whiskey. And for you, we're gonna do silver rum.
Do you like cinnamon?
All right, so the
And you
Amish
make
Fire.
all this here, right? All these?
Yeah, all this is made right here. Yep. Cool. And I'm sure when Greg gets back, he'll take you on a tour or whatever. I know you guys are filming and stuff, but yeah, he'll take you back there.
Okay.
I noticed there's like mini barrels in there, and then there's larger barrels. What's the difference? Like just the most popular, or?
No, the little mini ones, they belong to Barrel Owner Club members. So basically a customer can buy a 10-liter barrel, 2.64 gallon barrel, and have it charged with whatever spirit they want in there, except for the flavor stuff. And then they can let it age for as long as they want to. Usually about a year and a half is the perfect time frame for that. They can come in and they can sample out of it at any time they want. When they want it bottled, we bottle it.
Okay, so they can choose when.
Yeah, and then they can recharge it with something. When the barrel's empty and they don't want to recharge it with anything, then they can take the empty barrel and their bottles home.
That's cool.
But we have some customers that have like 9-10 spirits that they've done in that same barrel. So you'll get like residual notes from whatever spirit was in there before.
Yeah. What's the longest one that's been sitting there? Do you know?
Like I said, I wouldn't leave it more than a year and a half, 2 years,
Okay.
because it starts evaporating too much
Okay.
in those little barrels.
Yeah.
And about every 45 days, and the 10-liter barrels is about the equivalent of a year in one of the 53-gallon barrels.
Oh, okay.
Because there's so much more oak to spirit ratio.
I see.
So it doesn't take as long in
Yeah.
those little barrels.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't either.
Amish fire.
Amish fire.
Yeah, so Fireball, they use glycerin to artificially sweeten it. We don't.
Okay,
We
so-
use cinnamon bark and vanilla. So you get nice cinnamon notes, nice vanilla flavors. Silver rum straight off the still. Add water to proof it to 80 proof. Usually rum you mix with something, but this is not mixed, so it's by itself.
So this is what Amish fire.
Try a little sample. You try mine.
Did you get it?
Mine's just straight rum. Like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. We used to make a spiced rum and a barrel-aged rum,
That's my favorite so far.
the Amish Fire.
That one's good.
There
I don't
you
care for Fireball, but I actually like that.
So next we're gonna do bourbon barrel-aged maple moon.
Rum woke me up a little bit.
Blackberry.
Did it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Little zing?
Felt that one going down.
All right, so the bourbon barrel-aged maple moonshine, the way this works
That sounds
is whenever we
delicious.
have a bourbon barrel, once we dump it and bottle it, then that empty barrel goes to Faroka, Wisconsin. They age maple syrup in it for about 14 months. After they're done aging the maple syrup, we get the maple syrup back, we get the barrel back, and then we fill it with moonshine. And we age moonshine in that once used bourbon maple syrup barrel. So it's not flavored like the other ones you had, but you'll get residual notes from the bourbon that was in there before and the maple syrup that was in there.
Okay, so like smaller hints of it.
And that's at 90 proof. So stepping up a little bit.
Yeah, 140 is gonna be
Yeah, that comes with drinking instructions. All right, Blackberry Moonshine. So this is our newest one.
Blackberry.
That sounds good.
So one of the owners, or actually Greg's wife, was one of the owners. She's been on us for a long time to do a blackberry, and we finally got around to doing it. So it makes a great
Like it?
summertime drink. Blackberry lemonade is very, very popular that we make here.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
Wanna try mine? Or did you get the same?
What do you got?
Mine is the maple bourbon barrel.
Yeah, I think.
Try that one.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got that one.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, that is really good.
All right, that one and Amish fire. Those are the top two.
Top two right now. I really like the peach.
You like the blackberry?
Try it.
Yeah.
All right, next for you, we're going to do the honey. This is also at 50 proof. We used to have our own beehives on the property, but about a year ago we had a bear destroy them.
Really, a bear?
So what's left is in that jar on the very top of the shelf there. You see the honeycomb and the honey. That was what was left over. So now we source the honey out from a local beekeeper about 15 miles from here.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So how many? Any of the other fruits do you guys grow, or like the peach or the apples, blackberries, any of that stuff?
What was?
Any of those fruits or anything? Do you guys grow any of that stuff? The
No,
peaches,
no,
apples?
we don't grow it. We order it from different places, and it just depends on what time of year it is where we get it from.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, everything's American sourced, American made.
Awesome. Okay.
But apples, it depends on the time of year. Peaches, it depends on the time of the
Do you
year.
use one certain kind of apple for the apple?
No, it just depends.
Depends on
Just depends on what we can get
it.
our hands on. So they may be a little bit different every single time.
That's kind of cool. That's unique.
Yeah.
Yep.
Green apple would be a little more
Tart.
sour. Yeah,
Yeah.
tart.
Gary's Fight Mash. All right, so the Gary's Fight Mash, I'm going to let you make a choice here. These are both the same recipe.
Okay.
They're both corn whiskey. We use a super sweet white Illinois corn from Decatur, Illinois.
Okay.
But the Gary's Fight Mash is where we mashed in, fermented, and distilled during the filming of Moonshiners with Tim Smith and the Discovery Channel, and that's what's playing on the TV behind you. The other one is our regular corn whiskey at 100 proof. They're both the same recipe. It's just one is what we did during the filming of that show.
I'd start with the one with the show.
Okay. I don't know if you want to try them both or if you want to change to something else since they're both the same recipe. Just one's 80 proof, one's 100 proof.
Well, I tried his Amish fire. I'll switch from the corn. I'll do the mash because you said that was the one on TV, right? Mm-hmm. I'll switch the corn whiskey to the honey. I'd like to try the honey with you.
Sure.
That's what this one is, right, honey?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, baby. It's always funny. So, like when I go to restaurants and stuff, what would you like to drink? Sweet tea, please. And they come back, sweet tea? Yes, baby.
All right.
So excited. Oh, that's super sweet.
Ooh, that is very sweet.
That's good. That's my favorite so far.
Yeah. So you get a nice honey flavor, but you also get like moonshine in there too. It's not like overly sweet.
Yeah.
I could put that on my Cheerios in the morning.
There you go. Honey Nut Cheerios. There you go.
Get you ready for your work day.
Yep.
Yeah. That one's really good. You do feel the moonshine after, but like going down, it's honey.
Yep.
All right. So
Very easy to drink.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick one, which one would you take home today?
Probably the honey, for sure. So far.
What about you, Toby?
Say it louder. Say it louder.
What about you, Toby?
I don't know yet. I like the
Haven't
Amish
decided?
fire. I like the honey. What was the other one I thought was really? Oh, the blackberry.
Well, if you get the 140 proof, you could probably, have some gasoline too. Start your car with it.
Yep.
all right. So the Gary's Fight Mash, that's the one I was telling you is 100% corn from Decatur, Illinois. It's at 80 proof. It's will be mashed in, fermented, and distilled during the filming of Moonshiner's Whiskey Business with Tim Smith.
Okay. That's really cool.
So that's that one.
Yeah.
100 proof.
And I guess I filmed it.
Does it burn your nose?
No, it's honestly not too bad. It's like it's more subtle than I would expect, if I'm being honest. When I think of moonshine, I think of like, oh no.
All right. So your silver rum. So rum is 100% sugar cane. Doesn't matter where it's made. It's based off of 100% sugar cane, whether it's turbinado sugar, cane sugar, molasses. It's sugar cane based. So we use turbinado sugar, cane sugar, and a robust chive molasses to make this. And that's at 80 proof. It's not flavored, so it comes off the still. We proof it to the 80 bottle.
Okay.
How do you determine like what proof is like? How do you get it to a certain proof? Like, how do you determine that? I know I'm sure there's a way, but
Yeah, there's math and science that goes behind it. But we also have and Greg's going to take you back there and show you around.
Yeah.
But we have equipment where we take like 3 mils of the spirit that's running off the still, and we'll put it in this machine, and it'll tell us out to 1,000% what the proof, what the ABA is.
to 1,000.
Thousands, yeah.
That's impressive.
And then we do a little math, so it's like, all right,
That's very
so
strong.
we got, 35 gallons of such and such proof spirit. We'll do a little math. If we want to bring it down to a certain proof, that calculation that we do, we'll say, all right, well, you need to add this much water, and we just kind of sneak up on it.
Okay.
Because once you go beyond the point and it's under
go
proof,
back.
you can't go back. So kind of sneak up on
Even
it.
if you dilute it, you just can't.
Yeah.
Really?
Unless you're adding a whole bunch more spirits to it to bring it back up. So that's why we sneak up on it to get it within 0.3%.
Yeah.
Able to give you guys a cocktail menu down there containing you guys can contribute
Let's see
hundreds of
here.
cocktails. Yeah.
Vodka.
Do you guys have like special cocktails that you make with each?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a newspaper of cocktail menus that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
So far, I like the honey, but that's because
Don't
on its
know.
own, it's really good. That's
one's
strong.
strong, yeah.
I know I had that one, and it was it made me cough a little bit.
So, yeah.
You done with that
Yeah,
one?
I'm done with
Okay.
that one.
That was a rum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you
most,
feel like
most of
Jack
the time,
Sparrow?
rum is like mixed with something. Usually, when you try it straight up, it's like in your face.
Yeah. I think you gave me the water after that one, and I was
Yeah.
like, thank you.
So this is vodka, and that's also at 80 proof.
Are you a vodka?
Not really. Not big. Bloody Marys. I like
Bloody
it.
Marys, yeah.
Yeah, we
Actually
use
sounds really good.
We
right
use
now.
moonshine. to make a
Moonshine Bloody Mary sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
Sounds dangerous.
That sounds amazing.
Let's see, what am I doing for you here? Do the 100 proof moonshine.
I was gonna be sure. The 140 proof is gonna be
Alrighty, guys, 5706.
White Lightning. I think I've heard like moonshine that's called White Lightning, or is it like whiskey before it gets the color? I don't know. It sounds really familiar. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, the only time it gets color is in the presence of oak. So, like our barrels are number 3 char on the inside.
Multiple choice on
Once the
top to
spirit's
sign
in there,
your
after
finger
time,
there.
it'll start getting darker in color. The only other time you get color is if you're doing flavors. You're mixing it with like juices
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Clear stuff is not aged. So
Yeah.
it's never been in the presence of oak. It's never been flavored. So straight off the still with water
Yeah.
and to proof it to whatever the bottle proof says it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Which one is this?
That's a 100 proof moonshine.
Moonshine.
Alrighty, guys,
So
receive
you do your
your
whiskeys
there.
next.
And there you guys go. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Definitely better than like vodka or rum.
What is it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Do you have that one, Chuck Talk? You do.
Which one? Oh, the
It's still strong. It's got a bite.
Howlin' Hounds. White Lightning. Whew. I'm done with that one too.
Done with that one.
Yep. Who did the song White Lightning? Wasn't that George Jones or somebody had a song
Yeah,
called?
George Jones. Whew. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 100 proof moonshine. That's what you just had.
It's got a bite. The after. I know. I'm excited for these single malts.
For the what?
Single malts.
Oh.
The single malt, and then I have a single barrel, which you didn't mark that off, so I'll split it with you.
All right. So the 100 proof moonshine, 89% cane, 11% grain. That's what he just had. 50% alcohol, 100 proof. Again, it's not aged. It's not flavored. It's off the still. But if you sip on it and do it the right way, you'll start getting sweetness from it. And the sugar cane.
Yeah, I think when I first tried it, I had a sip and it was sweeter, and then the second time I just took the rest, and it was like, ooh, it hurts a little bit.
All right. The American single malt whiskey.
Yeah, it sounds
This is a Highland style of Scotch. We just cannot call it Scotch because it's not made in Scotland. So in America, it's called an American single malt whiskey, but it's a Highland style. So it's not peated. It's,
So all Scotch, anything that's labeled Scotch comes from Scotland. I did not know that. And I was a bartender.
well, I mean, just like bourbon, the only time it's bourbon is if it's made in America. Just like Crown Royal by recipe is a bourbon, they just can't call it bourbon, so it's a Canadian whiskey.
Absolutely, guys.
So same stuff, just depends on where it's made at. How much?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Toby.
Okay.
Well, it's like champagne. It has to be made in a certain place. I mean, to call it champagne, I mean, it's just different rules and regulations for where it derived from. And
It's pretty good. It's like
Like it?
dry, yeah.
What is this?
That's the single malt. Kind of reminds me of like dry wine.
I could drink that.
Yeah,
Which one is that? Oh, that is good.
yeah.
It's got a very strong oak taste to it.
I was gonna
too.
say it tastes oaky.
Yeah,
Oaky. is
that's
that
a good
word?
one. Okie.
Oaky.
Okie from
That's
Missouri.
our next dog's name.
You married
Okie.
an Okie.
It's an Okie from Missouri. And I married an Okie, yep.
Bye.
well, I don't know if you want to do the White Lightning or not then.
You gotta try it.
I'll take a
All right, so
take a
the
sip.
maple's next for you,
That
and
was
then we're
good.
doing the bourbon next for you.
Okay.
The maple was pretty good. That's in my top 5.
Put it
So
on.
your last one is the white one.
And you
I
heard
know.
my story on the maple, the bourbon barrel aged maple moonshine.
Was the one made on the TV show?
No. So
Oh.
the bourbon, barrel-aged maple moonshine, whenever we have a barrel of bourbon, we dump that barrel and we bottle it. That empty barrel goes to Viroqua, Wisconsin, age maple syrup in it for about a year to 14 months. They bottle the maple syrup. We get some of the maple syrup back, and then we'll put moonshine in there. And then we age the moonshine in that once-used bourbon maple syrup barrel. So you'll get residual notes from the bourbon and the maple that were in there before, but it's not flavored like apple pie, peach, or honey. And this is at 90 proof.
So it starts as bourbon, then it goes to make syrup, and then it comes back to make moonshine.
Yeah.
Huh. That's recyclable. Right there.
We like green energy over here.
Yeah.
All right, my personal favorite,
I like that one too. That's good.
our bourbon. It's a multinational, international, double gold medal award-winning bourbon at 94 proof. It's our most award-winning spirit, and it's one of America's top 50 right now. And we got the hardware on here to prove it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's good. Here, try some of that.
Which one is it?
The bourbon.
Single barrel.
How many medals did you win on that?
Oh, more than I can count. Yeah. So sometimes, even when we win, you don't get a medal, you get a certificate.
Yeah.
But it's hard to put a certificate on the bottle.
Yeah.
But it's our most
Good stuff.
award-winning one.
That is really good.
In fact, we are Missouri's most award-winning distillery.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Picked the right place to come.
Yeah, we did. This is smells good, tastes good. Super like strong flavor.
Missouri Ridge Distillery.
Pretty good.
All right. Next is White Light.
All right, George Jones.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Carry me out of here, Tay.
I have to drag you.
So there's a certain way to drink this. If you drink it the right way, you'll be fine.
Okay, but if I don't, I'm gonna die.
You'll probably be rolling on the floor speaking in tongues.
Okay, I have a question. So, this tiny little communion cup with like typically a shot, I don't know, it's like 80 proof or something like that. With this being 140 proof, does this little cup equal, in terms of alcohol content, the same as a shot? Like close to?
A shot is 1.5 ounces.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what proof it is. So if somebody says they want a shot of White Lightning, they're going to get 140 proof at 1.5 ounces.
Okay.
But it takes less of this
To get there.
to get there. Yeah. All right, guys. So the White Lightning, I'll give you some instructions here.
Listen carefully.
All right, so this little communion cup should be at least 6-7 sips out of that. Little baby sips.
Okay.
When you take a sip, little baby sip, keep your chin down, hold it in your mouth for about 5 or 6 seconds. Don't rush it. 1, 2, and just count it out to 6. You'll start salivating like crazy. Let that saliva dilute the proof. After that 5 or 6 seconds, slowly lift your chin up. Do a soft swallow back after you swallow. Breathe in your nose, blow out your mouth.
Oh man, I feel like I can mess this
So
up.
the first time you take a sip, everything in your mouth is going to go numb. Your tongue, your teeth, your gums. But after about the second, third sublingual sip from
Is
doing
this something
this,
I need to sign?
after about the second, third sip from doing it, you'll start getting the sweetness from the sugar cane that's in it. And there's a certain way to drink it.
Okay.
So, and that's why we call it the instant Christian maker. If you just throw it back, yeah, you'll be rolling on the floor, speaking in tongues.
All right, so let me recap. So we're gonna take a tiny sip.
All right, I'll do it with you.
You do it with me?
There you go.
There we go.
Just follow what he does.
So we're gonna take a tiny sip, hold it,
Just do
chin
it.
down for like 7 seconds or so, 6 seconds, and then take a just swallow and then breathe in or out.
Breathe in your nose.
In your nose, blow out your
Out my
mouth.
mouth, okay.
Yeah, so you're not exasperating the alcohol.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a little sip, baby sip.
Baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Swallow.
That was crazy. I feel the numb, the tingly.
Yeah, me too.
And each time you do that, it gets better
That's not
and better.
bad. Yeah, that's actually.
There's a certain way you got to drink that high proof spirits.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like awful. That was better than the rum. I felt like the rum hit harder than that. But technique to it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, like I said, rum usually is mixed with something. So.
Yeah. That the tingle
Still there.
still there.
And you wait about 30-45 seconds to do the exact same thing, and you'll start getting more sweetness from it each time you do it.
So is this what Doc Holliday used to use to numb people's mouth when he did surgery on them?
Well, a little bit of this before the dentist. You won't need Novocaine.
There we go.
For sure.
There we go.
Yeah.
What more?
The second sip's better. That's pretty good. I would have that bottle for 5 years before I go through it though.
Well, that's why it only comes in a
Little one, yeah.
375.
Yeah. That's good. I didn't eat breakfast.
Nobody light a match or anything.
I know, I was gonna say. We'll blow on a match.
But it will burn. It will run a combustible engine.
Will it?
Oh yeah.
That's what they used to, where stock cars, NASCAR came from. Running on this stuff right here.
Absolutely.
I'll take one more sip. That's not bad.
Well, that concludes the tasting episode for Missouri Ridge Distillery. We want to thank Gary for being such an awesome spirit guide. I think my favorites ended up being the Amish Fire, Blackberry, the Honey, and the Bourbon Maple Moonshine, and the American Single Malt Whiskey, which went home with me. Tune into the next episode with Greg, the owner and award-winning master distiller, who's going to basically give us a PhD in distilling. So there it was, Missouri Ridge Distillery, the #1 award-winning distillery in the state of Missouri. Everything I had was excellent.
Oh yeah.
Food was great, brisket was great, beans were great. I'm not a big baked bean fan, and I thought it was excellent. And I'll tell you, they have the best Bloody Mary I have ever had in my life.
Yep. My favorite was definitely the baked beans. The brisket was out of this world. And great customer service too. The staff was amazing. The owner, as you saw, was wonderful. So just overall, a really great experience.
So I gotta agree with Toby. The Moonshine Bloody Mary was amazing. Thick cut bacon, you know, 1/2 inch thick, amazing. But my favorite of this distillery was definitely the single malt bourbon. It has won multiple awards nationwide, and I mean, I gotta agree, just great bourbon overall.
So we'll put their website below. Come visit them. It's awesome. You won't regret it. And as always, if you like our channel, hit the like and follow button below. We'll appreciate it. Thanks.